welcome to today's tutorial video on how to navigate the CSUF portal. My name is Alejandra Garcia and I am a program assistant for Project RACE.
Hi, I'm Alyssa Medina and I'm a peer advisor.
So in today's video, we will discuss the Student Center, the CSUF portal homepage, and we will talk about how to navigate the RACE Transfer Program Canvas. So let's get started. So to access the Student Center through your web page, you have this button here. Once you click on it, you will be taken to a web page similar to this.
Once you're on this page, there's multiple things you can click on, and it may seem confusing at first, but here's a list of everything that you need. So the first is academics, which is where you can enroll for classes. The second is finances, which will show how much you're being charged for your classes that semester. And then the third is the personal information. So make sure you put that in to let the school know about where you live and your phone number so you can receive calls and emails for like emergency broadcasts. And yeah. And on the right, you have the holds and to-do list. And the hold and to-do lists are important to pay attention to, especially the holds. The holds tell you what you need to do, because if you don't fulfill those holds, you might not be able to enroll for classes, or you might not be able to do anything else. So usually some of the holds can be like academic fees, so you have to pay your tuition, and some of them can even financial aid holds. So you would have to figure that out and send all the required information to financial aid. And the to-do lists are things you can do now or they can be due in the future. And these to-do lists usually involve financial aid also. So you can worry about the to-do lists now or in the future, but holds are very important to do and complete like in a present manner, or else you might not be able to like enroll, or you might actually get dropped from your classes. So just make sure to do those. And then when it comes to enrollment, if you don't know how to enroll for a class, you actually go to the academic section and then you click enroll. And once you click there, it'll take you to the enrollment section here, and then it has like a list of things. You can show, this section will show your class schedule if you've already added your classes. And here's where you add your classes, and then here's the option of where you can drop. And so adding and dropping, if you don't really know what that means, just like you add the class that you want. And usually there's like a specific code to that class you want, so you can actually type it in to the code area, and it'll easily pop up the class you want. And if you want to drop your class, you just go here and then just click drop the classes that you don't need anymore or you don't want. And then swapping is actually a way to like switch classes. So say you have like Math 150A at like Monday at 10 o'clock a.m., but you find another section of Math 150A for say 12 o'clock. So you can actually click on this section and swap those two classes. So you don't really have to do any like adding or dropping because it does it for you. And then, yes, so that's how you would add your classes there. And now back to finances. So this is where you would have all your information for your classes, for how much they cost. So right here would usually show the amount you need to pay. And you can actually make a payment plan if you don't have the full amount ready in time. And so the payment plan is a 3-month installment. For 3 months, you have to pay a certain amount for each month, and then you'd be able to pay it off.
So if you click here the View Financial Aid button, you will be taken to a page similar to this. Once you click on the aid year, you can see more information about your financial aid award. You will be able to see what kind of grants, loans, and scholarships you received and the amount. Now, if you go back and look at the accept and decline awards, and you click on the year that you want to see, this is where you get more detailed information, and also where you can accept and decline your scholarships or loans or grants. Technically, the school always accepts all your grants because it is free money, but if you are looking to get a loan, this is where you would go to accept it or decline it. I do advise you to just be careful about accepting loans and visit the financial aid office to talk about them, because there are different kinds of loans. Some of them you do have to pay interest, while some of them you don't. So just be aware of that. And if you have if you want more information on financial aid, this is their website, the Fullerton financial aid where you can get more information on financial aid. And also here's their contact phone number, which is 657-278-3125. And you can always email them too to get more information on financial aid, such as loans, grants, or just scholarships in general.
So once you view the financial aid, then you can also check out the personal information like I mentioned, and just make sure everything is up to date, that all the addresses are correct, and your phone number and your email address. And then there's the missions, but I don't think you'll be needing that since you're already accepted into the school. But going back up to the holds and to-do lists, if you're still unsure about the hold, you can actually click it and go into details, and it'll tell you what you specifically need to do. And if you need help, there's a number you can contact also most of the time. But if you're still confused, you can actually contact us, a peer advisor or Project Raise, and we'll help you get that fixed up. Okay, so yeah, here's everything that's on your Student Center. We really recommend that you get acquainted with everything, like all the options, just so you know where to go if you need to find your classes or if you need information about your financial aid or about your personal information. So yeah, just make sure you go through all of that. And then, yeah, so we'll go into the Tyne degree audit so you can learn more about that. But thank you for being here with us and watching our Student Center video.
Hi everyone, my name is Anne Belog. I am one of the Project Race's peer advisor, and I'm here to share some useful resources from the Cal State Fullerton's portal, as you see over here. The Cal State Fullerton portal is very resourceful to find all of the sites you will need and more to help you succeed overall in your journey at Cal State Fullerton. But there are just a few things that I want to show you and that we will focus on. First one is the TDA, or also known as the Tyne Degree Audit and Planner. The TDA is the fourth one on the top of your Cal State Fullerton portal account. So go ahead and click that. And once you click that, it will open this up. The first section it will open up to is the audit section. So you can see mine, and it shows you that I am in BS PBGH, and it will tell you what it means on the title. So it just means I'm Bachelor of Science, and I'm getting my degree on Public Health, Global Health. And then it shows you your catalog year. Your catalog year is super important. It refers to your academic year you were first admitted to Cal State Fullerton. So it also follows the curriculum requirements that were in effect that academic year. Go ahead and click Run Current Programs. When you open up current programs, you can change the format on how you will see it. So if you click it, it can change it all to PDF. And if you click it again, it can change it to HTML. So if you need to download it and print it, if someone like your academic advisor or the graduation specialist needs to see it, you can go ahead and put it on PDF and print it. If you're just looking at it and glancing over it, you can just put it on HTML. So what you can do is press View Audit. What the TDA basically shows you is your total units that you have earned. So over here, I'm almost graduating, hooray. And then it'll show you your GPA. It shows you what GE units, major units, and Cal State Fullerton / resident units you have earned, completed, unfulfilled, or still in progress. While you're scrolling down and you may not understand what it means, don't even worry, because it will give you a legend. So it's basically a key that will tell you what everything means. So if you see a minus signs, then you just know that it's unfulfilled. If you see maybe the A section has a plus sign and everything's green, that means don't even worry about it. You've completed everything. This is important to look at so you and your general advisor and graduation specialist can plan what classes you should take to graduate successfully. There's also another section for course history, which will list over here, which will list all of the classes you took all the way even from community college till now. Also, if you haven't seen your classes in your TDA, it can take a while to transfer your classes. Make sure to talk to records and admission to see what's going on. Most of the time, it would be an issue on our end, but it is important to check to make sure it's not your transcript and you can be on top of it. Going back, you can click on the Notes section. The notes section will be notes you will see from your advisor after you meet with them. It could be instructions or just general information for you. When you see your graduation specialist, this will be also where the notes are for you. Then if you click on the plan, The plan is just a Titan degree plan. When you click on it, you will see this information. The Titan degree planner is to be used for planning purposes only. So this tool doesn't guarantee course availability and is not part of your course registration. So this isn't where you register. It just allows you to draft a plan for future semester based on your TDA, which is your official record to confirm completion of degree requirements. Plans can be created on your own, but work best when you create with the help of an advisor. Don't worry if you don't understand TDA or don't even know how to access it. It takes a while for people to get used to it. I've been at Cal State Fullerton for 2 years now, and I'm still learning more and more about it. If you have any questions, you can always ask the PAs from Project Race, and you should always ask your graduation specialist. You can find your graduation specialist on the Project Race website. You go under the CSUF students and then click on the student success teams, and this will show up. So if you're part of the NSM or the Natural Science and Mathematics College, then your graduation specialist would be Sam. And if you're part of the ECS or the Engineering Computer Science, then your graduation specialist will be Elizabeth. Go ahead and call them. If their calls are not going through, then you could always email them and book an appointment with them. Next, I wanted to quickly show you, say you were signing up for a scholarship and they wanted to see your unofficial transcript. So what you do is you click on the Student Center. You can also go under My Academics, and then you can click on View Transcript. You can click on it and it will give you your unofficial transcript. Moving on, one of the sites that's super cool and I just learned last year is, say you're looking at your TDA and your GPA is about to hit a 3.5, but it's not there yet. And you're taking 4 or 5 classes this semester, and you're just going, oh, gee, I wish I had a GPA calculator. Well, fear not, we actually do have a GPA calculator that's super handy and easy to use. And that would be under academic advising. And then there's the GPA calculator right there. You can see there's a total GPA units attempted, a total grade points, and you can find that in your TDA under cumulative grade point average of all attempted units. Say you completed 122 units and you've gotten 425 points, right? And you're taking 1 5-unit class, another 3-unit class, another 3-unit class, and then another 3-unit class. And say you're not feeling so confident about it, and you're going to get a B in that class, and then on the other classes, you're a lot more confident. And I could show you that you actually hit a 3.5 for this semester. So I thought this was just a really cool tool I wanted to share with you so you can create realistic goals for yourself this current semester and your future semesters. There are also other awesome apps you can explore on the side of the CSUF portal, which are the default apps. Like you can click on Canvas and Titanium, which will list all of your classes. But also I wanted to note that we do have Dropbox for students. So the Dropbox for students is completely free for all Titan students, and you have the full access for it. Not the cheap version, we have the bougie version. So go ahead and utilize it. And the last one I wanted to show you was the U at Fullerton, which is my favorite resources of all time. U at Fullerton is a virtual wellness platform designed to help students succeed, thrive, and matter. Through articles, videos, and CSUF resources, students will enhance their personal health, physical wellness, and mental health. So you can explore, and it shows you so many things. It goes all the way from fitness and nutrition. Say you wanted to try a new workout. It can help you with stress, anxiety. There's student content. There's mindfulness and balance, degree and career options, diversity and identity. So if you have any free time, I really suggest for you to check it out. You can also create self-checks and create realistic goals for yourself. There are also Fullerton resources I was talking about, and these are just articles that basically the students from Cal State Fullerton wanted to show you. Also, there's a help in crisis button. If you, a loved one, your friends are going through something and you may not know where to go, the help in crisis button will show you many resources you can call or even go to. Also, while you're going through school, I suggest that you should try CAPS at least one time. They're super friendly and it's very helpful because they're there to listen to you. So if you're having a very stressful week at school, maybe you just want to talk to somebody, but you don't want to talk to your friend or your family, just go ahead and call them and make an appointment. They'll be there for you. Anyway, thank you for watching.
Hi everyone, my name is Nadia. I'm a peer advisor for Project RAISE and a transfer student from Irvine Valley College. I'm here to quickly run through the Canvas page for the RAISE transfer program so you can be sure how to log all of your activities and access all the great resources that we have to offer. You'll see that I'm sharing my screen here and that I'm starting at the Canvas dashboard. If you don't know how to get here, please feel free to contact Project RAISE or your peer advisor, and we'll be more than happy to help you figure that out. But for now, like I said, we're going to start here. You'll scroll down and see the RAISE Transfer Program card. We'll click on that. Once we do that, the homepage will load. You could stay here and access all the necessary information, but I'm going to use the modules tab because I feel like it's easier to go through in a teaching setting. So I'm going to go to the top here. I'll click on modules. And once we do that, we'll see that we have RTP general info right at the top. If you need a refresher on required RTP activities for the semester, you can find those here, as well as a guide to making an appointment with your graduation and career specialists. This will be really important to you as meeting with both specialists are part of your RAISE transfer program requirements. Another incredibly useful tool provided here is the discussion board. These days, it's really hard to get in contact with other students or get a quick answer to simple questions with everything being online, and that's where the discussion board comes in real handy. Definitely make sure to take advantage of this resource. You can ask any type of question that you may have about RTP or about school in general. It's also a really good idea to look at previous questions, as it may be that your questions have already been asked and answered by another student. Below the general info module, you'll find a tab for upcoming RTP workshops and events, which will also be important to you once you start completing your activity requirements. If you've forgotten how to make an appointment with your peer advisor, you can find instructions for that here. Speaking of RTP requirements and peer advisors, let's scroll down to the RAISE asynchronous workshops and activity log. We'll start with the asynchronous workshops. This tab allows you to access the PowerPoints for workshops we've pre-recorded, which are available on the Project RAISE website. Please remember that one of your RTP requirements is to attend a workshop. So if for whatever reason you cannot attend one of our live ones throughout the semester, you can complete this requirement by watching one of our pre-recorded workshops. Now for the activity log. We'll scroll down to that here. Under another list of requirements in our student contract, you'll find each activity listed as an assignment. You filling this log out is really the only way we can mark off your requirements as completed, so please remember to do so as soon as possible after completing an activity. Once you click on the activity you've completed, the text provided, will tell you what kind of information to provide so that it can be properly verified. That's pretty much it. It's super easy. I'll show you what that looks like. Let's say you met with your peer advisor, you'll click on that. You'll click submit assignment. And like I said, the information that you have to provide is right here and you will type down below here. So we'll go back one page. All right, scrolling down a little bit further, you'll find a great list of all kinds of campus resources that you will both want and need for your success each semester. Normally, you'd have to do a bit of hunting on the university website in order to find these links, but here they're all provided for you in one convenient place. So make sure to take advantage of it. Below the campus resource module, you'll find a module for internships, scholarships and other scholarly opportunities. Keep your eye on this tab as some really great options that you wouldn't have otherwise seen are usually listed here. A little bit lower, this module here will provide you with a list of campus workshops and activities that you might be interested in. Keep in mind that if you do attend one of these workshops that are not hosted by Project RAISE, they will count as co-curricular requirements, which you'll need. Last but not least, you'll find the final module where you can access PDF copies of our Stay in the RAISE newsletter, which will be sent out by email. Speaking of email, this is a good opportunity for me to let you know that you'll be receiving bi-weekly emails from Project RAISE containing all kinds of important information, reminders, and resources. So be sure to check your email often, just as you should be doing, even without Project RAISE. That's basically it for navigating the modules, and we're almost done going over Canvas in general. There's just a couple more things I want to bring up. If you want to check your grade for the program, you can check that just as you would for any other class on Canvas. This is a great resource to keep track of your completed requirements and see which requirements you still need to finish. You can also make sure that you've successfully submitted a completed assignment and that Project RAISE has graded it. So in order to do that, you'll go back up here, and you click on grades right here. Lastly, be sure to check your inbox. I'll show you how to access that in a second. We'll be communicating with you through this medium somewhat often, so be sure to check it every week for important reminders. You will receive an email if you've received a message in your inbox, but it doesn't hurt to check the actual inbox once in a while. That basically covers all of the information that you need to know about the RTP Canvas page. I hope it was helpful. If you have any other questions, please feel free to contact Project RAISE and/or your peer advisor. We'll be more than happy to answer, any questions you might have. Good luck and have a great semester.